Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. Got a big show lined up, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Pretty nice day now. High's going to be 67, low 49. We're in pretty good shape. The rest of this week looks really good. Might have a little bit of sprinklers later on, but this is going to be a good week in late fall weather in the Florida Panhandle. Water temperature is all the way down. Folks, it's dropped down to 64 degrees, 64.6 to be exact. Now that's really cool. That's a 6-degree drop from last week. 64 degrees. The river reading is brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it outside with Mountain Dew. The Apalachicola River, 3.1, not much movement in it. And the Choctaw Caraville, 2.7. Both rivers are pretty steady. It looks that way. They're going to be that way for the rest of this week, too. The river is just gorgeous this time of the year. And those folks over there, you saw that in yesterday's video, those fellows and ladies over there in Walton County, they're catching some brim out of the Choctaw River and all these little tributaries. And I'm not going to give you the secret spots, but all you got to do is just go and just keep on moving around until you find them, because I heard some good fishing stories last week from the Bent Rod Fishing Club. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today is November the 19th, and we have a pretty good tide today. In fact, we have a very good tide today and tomorrow. A little bit of falling tide Thursday. And then the weekend, guess what? We got neap tides for the weekend. So it happens like a little every 2-week pattern if you look on that chart. Marine forecast be coming out of west at about 9 and switching on later on. It's going to go northwest tonight about 3. So it'll be laying down. Be a pretty night to go floundering. Let's take our break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's get into some pictures. We got always some interesting pictures. We try to get a cross-section of pictures you send to me directly. Sometimes I take them off my Facebook page, and sometimes I just run across some cool ones at different places. Y'all know we've been hanging out with these guys that do-it-yourself deer blinds, and you heard me talk about it, but it seemed like on a regular basis I get something sort of fascinating I hadn't seen before. Check it out. Now this is Dan Whaling. This is a truck bed liner. Upside down. See the roof right there? That's a truck bed liner, and then it's got camo netting around it. Now, is that not creative? I mean, he can hunt in the rain. Whoever thought? Would y'all have thought about that? I just love this creativity. And this is fun. Planning a fishing trip with your buddies. All right, on the top left-hand corner, when the plan is made, you got a lot of people wanting to go with you. Let's all go. All right, 10 days to the trip. It sort of starts thinning out a little bit. If you're a fisherman, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go to the bottom. 5 days to the trip, not only 3 of y'all. And the day of the trip, everybody has an excuse but you. So you end up, anyway, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Neil Stewart from RV Connections. Proud of my son Landon and his first buck killed today. And the traditional, a little bit of blood on the cheek, and we all do that. That's a tradition. What a fine buck. And here's a better picture of it right here. Good job. Up there, and Neil and them got some land up there in Kentucky. They go hunt on. That is a really fine buck. I just heard that Neil got one too. I'll show it later. This is Bill Lipscomb, and what I wanted to show you, I know there's a nice redfish looking at, but this is over in Fort Walton. They're talking about fishing clubs. How about a Panhandle Inshore Fishing Club over there? They're over there in Fort Walton Beach. See the little sign, Fort Walton Beach. So there is a club over there in Fort Walton. That's interesting. And I know some of y'all been out throwing the net. Nick Tramontano. 1 cast, 5 minutes worth of fishing. This time of year we're talking about if you're in the right spot when those mullet come by, you make 1 good cast and that's all you need. He's got half an ice chest full of mullet. Good job, Nick. This was at church Sunday morning. Y'all remember Baby Flash? Okay, he's been on the show. Here is his grandmother. This is George Stewart, who's been on the show with Bay Electrical Solutions. And I just get a kick out of watching him because this kid has had so much adversity in his life. He's 3 years old now. Basically been a lot in Shands. Look at him raising his hand. There's his mom Alicia on the left and his dad on the left. And I just wanted to share that with you because we're going to get Baby Flash back on Panhandle Outdoors, okay? Good job. Let's see. When I was young, I was scared of the dark. Now when I see my electricity bill, I'm scared of the lights, okay? Dick Lambert sent this to me. This is down here off Mexico Beach, this sturgeon. They caught the sturgeon, they took a picture of them, and they released them because they're really not very good to eat. Ironically, we've been talking about sturgeons the last week or so, and we're going to get a hold of some of these old-time sturgeon fishermen, but they do this time of the year, they're leaving these rivers and all, and they're getting out there in the Gulf, getting ready to start spawning. So good job over there at Mexico Beach. I know they thought they had a whale on there. My high school friend Cheryl Walsh, this is an extension off of a bus. Instead of having a little stop sign right there, how about extending it so nobody can go around you? Isn't that a creative idea? This is one of my favorite spots. This is Torrio State Park, what they call the Garden of Eden Trail, up there in Bristol. Now, you would think you'd be up there in the mountains and looking down on the Tennessee River. Folks, this is the Apalachicola River, but that's such a high bluff. If you get a chance during Christmas holidays and all, take a chance to take a walk up there. It's Torrio State Park, just north of Bristol. Beautiful, one of the most, probably the most beautiful trail in Florida. It is the most beautiful trail in Florida to go hiking. Okay. How about the condo here? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because this is sort of out of my reach. Here's the inside of it, refrigerator. How about a television? Here's the back side of it with the stairs and all that. That's I don't think I'm going to make mine like that. All right. How about Matt Weaver? Okay. He was. I want to read it to you because it's interesting. Bite was on fire this afternoon. A rising tide and dropping pressure turned them on. Released about a dozen slot trout and one slot red and countless small fish. Got a flounder, so he got to slam. So what did he catch it on? A rising tide. And we talk about those rising tides, how important they are. Then this guy, they were talking back and forth. This Eric Cross, fish were laid up on ledges and moved up on a mud flat as the tide moved in. Exactly what we're talking about. Lost one right at dark. It's probably in the 3-pound range. So that's what was going on. But the tide starts coming in the afternoon. It's an excellent time to go fishing. Hey, Coach, this is Jerome Cox. I saw your pic of the bear you thought was climbing a small tree. I bet it's the same as mine. He is actually standing on my winch on my feeder pole. Thanks for what you do. Your show is the start of so many people's day. Keep up the good work. Here's a picture. Thank you, Jerome. Here's a picture right here. All right. This is here in the Panhandle. Jerome Cox sent this. You see the winch? This is a feeder pole. That bear climbed up there on that pole, and he's trying to get to the corn and all. But he knows. And is that not acrobatic? Remember, I showed a picture of mine. He'd somehow fallen. But this one seems to be more acrobatic and more skill. All right, I got to show one or two more. Braden Harris on the Alabama Youth Hunt. Braden was very successful this past weekend, starting the year off good. Good job, Braden Harris. A great young outdoorsman right there. And I've got to show one more. This one here, Steve Thomas. This is when he wanted to show it to his pawpaw, okay? Wanted to show to tell pawpaw the story. So he takes the buck out to the graveyard and is telling his pawpaw about it. Does that not touch your heart? That's the love that you have, first of all, for your pawpaw, and the love you also have for the outdoors. That's a classic right there, Framer. And here's a picture of it. He's talking to him right now. Good job. Thank you all for sharing that. We got a lot more, but we need to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Hope you enjoy those pictures. I get a kick of what a variety and a cross spectrum of the outdoors and all the different ramifications the outdoors has for us local people. Now, first thing I want to do in this segment, I want to congratulate the Sneads volleyball team on winning the state championship for the 7th consecutive year. Now, folks, you may be lucky to win it 1 or 2 years. I understand that. Sometimes luck has something to do with it. But when you win it 7 years in a row, it ain't luck. It's doggone good playing, good coaching, good support. It's all in there together. So all you ladies over there and the community of Sneads, the school, Sneads High School, even Jackson County, all of y'all should be so proud of the effort, and I'm proud to be close by. I do have some cousins over there associated with that too. Y'all ever hear me talk about cousins? I got them all over the place, but I really do. These are kin folks over there. All right, now let's move on. We got this little video. It's really a two-part video, but it's all together. Over the weekend, I was able to get up to the property. Gail and I went up there, and you'll just see some different things we did. One of the things we'll talk about some dangerous situations about trees, but first part is going to be, guess what? A raccoon. It only took me one night to catch him, and so we showed him catching a raccoon, then we'll go to the property and show some things up there. But sort of pay attention, you'll see what I'm talking about. Some of these old trees and all are still dangerous and all. So Jeff, let's go and roll this video. Okay, this is the first encounter I've had with Rocky Raccoon this morning. He came in last night. Y'all know our experience with these. So this looks like a young one. I want to see where it's been digging out. Yeah, he's young. He's scared. All right. But you don't know if he's going to be in a lot better place. Okay, let me just put this on you. Okay. See, he's not mad at the other one. Look here. This is going to be a piece of cake. Wasn't that pretty easy? He's a young one, look at him. You're gonna be a lot happier where you're going, okay? Let's back up a little bit. That thing right there's in the way. All right. All right, here we go. Look at him stick his hand out. Look at those hands. You want some? Look at those hands. Smile for the camera. Tell them who you are. Turn around. You don't realize you're getting prime time. You're gonna be a lot better off, buddy. You're gonna be up there. Look at him. Bring those hands back here. Look at him. He's sort of, you know what? He's sort of tame looking. Here. Come on. You don't trust me. I don't blame you. We headed up to the woods. Say hello. Oh, we're up in the woods. We're well over a year from Hurricane Michael. I want to show you the effect we're still seeing. But I want to show you what, we talk about little mini tornadoes that spun off all during the hurricane. You can see it's evident. The old timers call these blowdowns on a high shear wind, but you can see where that's twisted and fell down. That's a good sized pine tree, and they're all over the place. This is not going to, we can step over this one down at the end. And when we step over it as a hunter, you don't want to go underneath them because it could fall. I want to show you one up here that's dangerous. Okay, I just walked about 20 feet from where I was, and now what I want to understand where it's a tornado. If you look down there, that tree fell the opposite direction. Okay, it's going from our left to right. And this tree right here is going from our right to left, and they're within 30 feet from each other. That was a whirling motion of a tornado. Now, but really what I wanted to show you is how dangerous this tree is. And all throughout our woods up here in the Panhandle, every one of us has this problem here where this one snapped off pretty high. But it really is a danger. It's going to fall. I'm going to show you how loose it is. Watch it rock. Look at there. If I can, I would like to get it. Can't quite get it. But now if I hunt down here, I'm going to be sure I'm going to cross it on the left side over here. I'm definitely don't want to walk under it. You can see how loose it is. It'll fall probably this winter, sometime this winter. And all our trees are dangerous like this, so just be aware of it. I don't know if I can get it. Every time I come up here, I'm going to try to get it. Look at it. Look at it shaking. Ain't quite ready. It needs to die a little bit more. And some of them, I'm still in the same area. I'm within 30 to 40 feet. Look at this one here. It just snapped completely off. See where it snapped? It just popped it. So that took the sheer force of the tornado, boom, just like that. But look what's replacing it. The oak tree here. And nature replaces itself. That shows the different forces of that wind. And what's interesting about nature, it sort of takes care of itself. This has been a blow down from last year. See what happens, it just decays. Look at there. That wood, they just rot or decay. It's biodegradable. Now this is sort of where you get your lighter from. I only think, yeah, that would burn good, but you see what happened to it. See this, look up here. And here's your lighter. That's your fat lighter right there. That would burn good. All right, welcome back. Did you see what I was talking about those trees, how they're falling over, and you can see I move it back and forth. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall probably within 6 or 8 months. You just never know. But you don't want to be around those trees in the woods. You don't want to go under them, and they're all over the place out there. All throughout the Panhandle, all of us have trees. I've seen picture after picture. In fact, you saw that picture earlier of that tree bent over. Most of them just snapped, and instead of snapping completely off, they just folded down like that, and they're still holding on. I wish that it all just snapped off and be laying on the ground now, but they're dangerous. I just wanted to show you that. And then our buddy, the raccoon, and we'll talk about the raccoon in a minute. He was a young one, could you tell? But he was, they're highly intelligent. I could just, we almost had a conversation right there, but I didn't know them well enough. Let's move on. Let's look at season dates. People keep asking me dates and all that. They're hard to keep up with. I went to the FWC website. Archery season goes through November 27th, so it's about to wrap up. The crossbow season will be starting, it's going to end on 27th also. It's the same one. The general gun, okay, November 28th, general gun season opens up. So we're close to November 28th. And then youth deer hunt weekend will be a big time here in Florida. It's going to be December 7th and 8th. And then muzzle loading gun season is here too. Usually muzzle loading, you want to go late, but it starts getting warm February 24th pretty soon. So anyway, that's the seasons right there. And also, people ask about the dove season, all right? 2019, 2020, we're out of that first segment now. We're in the second segment, November 9th through December 1st, and then open back up again. And possession limit 9, okay. So anyway, I got that. One of the things, let's jump over to fishing. If you saw one of those pictures earlier where they were catching, really good, successful the weekend, catching some nice fish, but had the incoming tide. What I want to bring up this morning, and I see it every year on a regular basis, and I want to just give you some advice on it. And I've done it my whole lifetime. What happens when we have a really strong low tide, so the tide is out because of the moon and everything, it's an extremely low tide, and then you have a north wind on top of it. Folks, that's the time of the year that you really want to sort of get out on the water, and you can go around, and I'll tell you what you can see. You start seeing these channels that you normally wouldn't see. You start seeing little potholes. I know you have electronics to see all that stuff, but I like to do it naturally. See little holes, and that's where those trout are going to gather up when it starts coming back in. And you'll see all kinds of neat places. Also, most flounder men or women know where to go floundering, but if you're new at it, you're going to start seeing the points and all. And those we talked about last week, where the flounders start going, they go around those points, and you'll see how far those points go out. So I want to recommend, as we start getting into some cool weather and some really those winter tides where the tide is low, that's going to be interesting and all for you to take that out. Okay, I also wanted to mention. So I got all kinds of things. I'm gonna run. Guess what? I'm gonna run out of time. On the raccoons, I got tickled at the raccoon. They live their average lifespan. Believe it or not, is only 2 to 3 years. Their average lifespan, just a couple of years. They don't live a long time. They on 8 to 20 pounds. I wrote some notes down. One of the first things you read about them on the research shows how highly intelligent they are. They're able to pick things out real quick. Their favorite food. Bird eggs, okay? They like fruit, they like insects, like nuts, And of course, I like bird feed because they come get my bird feed on a regular basis. And you understand, they are nocturnal. And as most animals are, they're nocturnal because that's when they move around. If you don't believe me, just get you a game camera and just check and see what comes out and everything. I set up another game camera. I just got to set up another game camera and guess at another completely different location. This is in Calhoun County. I'm trying to get away from the bear over there in Liberty and Gaston County. I moved over on my original property over around Alpha. The very first picture, guess what the very first picture is? Big old bear. Jeff and I just looked at it a while ago. And I know it's not the same one, but bears are all over the place. Now, there's people now wanting to, and I guarantee you start seeing this, want everybody with the game cameras, which is a lot of people now, to start sending those game camera pictures into the FWC so the FWC can grasp what a huge problem we're having with bears. We've been having it for a long, long time. And that's just something interesting to do. I forget who's doing that, but everywhere turned around. Here's the thing about it. Those bears used to never be in those places. Never were any bears in those places. But they've gradually come on up and expanded, and they're all over the place now. And they haven't really bothered me yet, but I'm not going to give them opportunity. What it does to me, I'm not going to get out there at daybreak, an hour before daybreak, and get in a tree stand when I know there's a bear out there. Of course, I have my gun, but he might sneak up behind you and grab you. You just never know about these bears. So anyway, I'm just not, and I'm not going to walk down. I'm not going to walk down in the swamp like I used to when it's not hunting season. Even though I have a pistol on my side, I might trip or something, and a bear be on. All kind of, you mind. You got bears out there, and they, people say they're not going to attack you. What if you fall down between a mama bear, and the cubs? And you don't know you're there, but you just walk in there. She's going to come straight at you, I can promise. And that will happen sooner or later with this many bears in the woods. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on bears, but I have. But I think y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, I got to break it up for today. Thank y'all for watching the show. We appreciate the viewership. Do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.